Hey everybody, halfway through our modern video with Infect today, Chris Anderson and Lucas Kiefer. We won the die roll this time, so let's go ahead and go first and draw the nuts.
This hand is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I like it. We got our Infect creature, we got a backup Infect creature, we got our Noble Hierarch, a couple of pump spells, and we get to see what they're working with. Could use a protection spell, but Nexus kind of protects itself almost, doesn't it?
Yep. It's just, okay, I think, sure, to get probe here.
I like the turn 0 probe, or the turn 1 probe, rather. Ooh, okay, so he's playing, probably Kiki Chord. Got double
Looks
path.
like it.
Double path is
Yeah.
pretty good, so we're gonna need...
That's dangerous.
Yeah. So go ahead and write that stuff down.
Where is it? I don't have a pen. Here, wait. I got a pen. Never mind.
Okay. And then...
Two pads. The voice can also be a thing, too, because it means that if we cast one of our protection spells...
and he gets an elemental.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah, this is going to be a tough hand to navigate through, but I think we can do it.
Definitely. Especially with only one white source.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what we drew. That's a
There
good
we
one.
go.
Yep.
Really
So
good.
you want to start off with the breeding pool and the hierarch, or do you want to just play the Nexus?
I think we want to start out with the hierarch.
Okay, I like that too.
More green mana for 5. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing, you can't F8 when you have mutagenic roots in hand.
This is true. But does F8 go through the mutagenic growths?
No, like, I'm F8'd right now and it's not actually doing anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured.
So that's a second white source.
Yes.
Heat. Okay.
So just drop the Nexus and we could attack
It's
him
also
for one.
water.
Show him who's boss.
Yep, we could. So, any downside? Do we need extra mana?
I don't think we do.
Yeah, whatever. We'll attack for 1. And hopefully they'll block.
Yeah, maybe we'll block.
Nope, I guess not.
Okay.
Take it. So currently their hands that we know of is 2 paths of voice and a township.
Yep. So if he has... If he plays... he's not going to play anything. Yeah.
Comes.
I think we're supposed to just attack with our Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah, playing Inkmoth, so we have an Inkmoth next turn.
Mm-hmm. But don't do that yet. You don't give him the information that we've got a backup. It will encourage.
You see, I think
him
we
to-
play it that way. We have enough mana to do everything, right? Because we want to have double green for vines, which means we have lethal if he doesn't mana.
Yeah, but he's got 2 paths. Remember?
Oh, so you're saying just run this one into the removal spell?
I think so. Yeah, because then the backup one will just be able to vines the path away when he tries to kill us,
Okay, that seems reasonable.
and we'll have the extra forest from the first path. And if he doesn't let it go, then we can just nug him for 2.
Yep.
And he can't really develop without like tapping down pretty low on white sources. So
Yeah.
he can't put voice out while maintaining double white for double path. That's just like not realistic.
Okay, it just takes 2.
Mm-hmm. So the question is, post combat, do we want to play the second Nexus or do we want a Windswept Heath?
I like the Heath.
Yeah, I think I like the Heath as well because of Become Immense. We just want to fill the
Yeah.
graveyard up so that we can delve.
Mm-hmm. Gonna path it now, looks like.
That seems fine with me.
Does mean we won't be able to activate our Incubator next turn, which is too bad.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah, perhaps we made a mistake. Yeah, I guess we just have to take it or let it go.
I almost want to just play Vines.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you'd like, we can. But I want to hold the Vines up for a second path.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have an Ink Moth instead of a path. Like we're gonna have an Ink Moth and he's gonna have a path, but we're gonna be able to attack with it next turn, which means he has to keep up the mana.
Sure. Okay.
Or he can just use the second path right now.
Yeah, we could also just draw another Vines. If you'd like to do that, then let's go ahead and try this.
I like this one.
But yeah, definitely the best thing would have been to just have the Inkmoth Nexus and play instead, and not the fetch land. Because we can just play the fetch land the next turn and still have it in our graveyard by the time we need to cast our Become Immense anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, the Inkmoth is definitely the way to go. And it looks like he's going to put both of his paths on our guy, which is perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so he's down to 4 cards in his hand. He's going to have, let's see, he's got Gavany Township, he's got Voice of Resurgence, and then 2 unknown cards, 3 unknown cards now?
Yep.
Okay.
Double red, white. Karen.
Okay.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying. It's not the worst in the world, because we do have Noble Hierarchs. The Exalted's going to make things nice.
Yeah.
But could definitely be better. You want to just Dryad Arbor?
Do you want a Dryad Arbor?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's really needed.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it accomplishes anything. If we could do 12 damage with Dryad.
There we go.
That's pretty neat.
That's what we're looking for.
6, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we could do 12 damage this turn. But
if you get
that's not 16, so... Okay. I guess we just pass.
Do we need another card? Because alternative plays just play Distortion Strike on the Noble Hierarch.
Oh, so that it's free next turn?
Yes. So we play Distortion Strike on the Noble Hierarch, attack with it or whatever. We don't need to.
Yeah.
But basically, so it's in the we cast it. Could you cast it in response? Like put it an Inkmoth into play and then rebound it onto the Inkmoth? I believe you can.
I don't think we need the mana.
The extra mana for Become Immense?
Yeah. We only need
to
do all this stuff. We only need 1 mana, and we're gonna, or 2 mana rather. 1 to cast Become Immense, and the other to activate Inkmoth. So that gives us 2 extra mana left over. That Distortion Strike can cast 1 of them, and then the last mana can be used for the other protection spell that we may draw.
Right. It's always good to remember that our opponent's at 16, or has 2 Infect already, which means that Become Immense is lethal on
Yep,
itself.
that's just straight lethal. Noble Hierarch, that's fine.
So currently, we know they have Voice. That's it.
Yep.
They're keeping up the P and Karen activation.
Yeah, P and Kieran most likely.
Just take 3 against.
Yep, that's not going to do much to us. We'll play. Alright, let's try and kill him. As long as he doesn't draw a 3rd path, we're in good shape here.
And I don't think... I guess a 3rd path would just stop us in our tracks.
Yeah, there's not... We can't protect it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Activator, Maul.
And then make it unblockable.
Distortion Drake is definitely the best draw of this game, though.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. At least a good response to the Pia and Kieran.
Right. So just tap, because we don't need to play these, and these are all instant speed.
Mm-hmm. So after no blockers, mutagenic growth it.
Do we just cast one mutagenic and then comments? That way we keep our last mutagenic.
Okay, well he's gonna mutagenic. We're gonna have to use that second mutagenic in response to
deactivation.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, and the activation, then we just win the game because I doubt they play. Slaughter Pact.
That would be horrifying.
Yeah. Just the comments. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. 7/6. Just a little bit of overkill.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Bit.
13 poison.
No.
All right. Into
So distortion strike. Definitely important thing. This is distortion strike is specifically for the creature matchup.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Do we want to?
This is the matchup we want to have Twisted Image because Twisted Image kills Birds of Paradise, it kills Noble Heart, and it kills spells.
Yes, all those things. I agree. Let's see. So Grafdigger's Cage. Do you think that one's pretty good? It stops their
chords.
It stops their chords. Yeah.
Do they play Collecting Company?
I don't believe so.
I don't know. I feel like we could have better cards.
Okay. Yeah, it's a reactive card when we're the proactive deck.
Yeah. Especially, I feel like that card's more for Infect.
Sure.
Or not Infect.
Trash.
Trash. There we go.
But it does other things. Like it's good against. I would bring it in against Absent Company, for example.
Yes.
And
that's because they like collect the company and
right,
and
their persist creatures.
Yeah.
How about Dispel? I think I like Dispel.
Better than Spell Pierce?
It counters their paths
and chords.
Their chords. Yeah, I do like it better than Spell Pierce actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. They have a lot of mana with their mana board.
Right, and all of their spells are instants.
Do we take out the Spell Pierce is the question. Like, what are we taking out here? Dismember seems meh.
Dismember might be good against like a Hate Bear, like if they chord, they're gonna chord for Malira.
Right, for sure.
So having a removal spell for that seems pretty nice.
And then Spell Pierce. It feels fine.
Probably cut the Groundswell.
Right, and it's just not punctual.
We could cut a Glistener Elf.
Just because it's just a body that doesn't do much.
It's so hard for him to get through because they've got so many creatures that can block.
Right, that makes sense. I like that. It seems like it's going to be our worst infect creature.
By far, yes. Sure. Yeah, and then we can, if we want, we could bring in another Dismember for like a Twisted Image.
I think Twisted Image is just the perfect card for this matchup, though.
Okay.
Playing a turn 1 Twisted Image to a turn 1 Birds of Paradise or something.
Yeah, it's definitely better value than Dismember, but Dismember can kill Malira and Twisted Image cannot.
That is true.
That's basically the decision point, is whether or not killing Malira is more important than like all the extra value that you're getting by casting a Twisted Image instead.
So the question is like, is that like, so they play one of it plus...
So 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah. Like, there's one and then there's 4 chords, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is fine for now. We might change it after the next game.
Okay. They also might play Eldritch Evolution.
That's true. Some are playing...
Alright, so we're on the draw this time. Let's see. What kind of amazing cards do I want to see? I want to see a Vines the Basswood, a Noble Hierarch, and a
Blighted Agent.
Blighted Agent, yeah. And some other cards.
And a Twisted Image. I'd like to see a Twisted Image.
Twisted Image is neat. But we don't... Yeah, sure, let's take a Twisted Image.
Yeah. Just because it's a removal spell, you know?
Exactly.
For the spell set, of course, they play on turn 2 that we win on turn 3, because we need that Twisted Image to kill spell set.
That's true.
So we got some of those cards. We got the Ink Moth,
yep,
which is Infect. We got 2 pump spells, and interaction, and a distortion strike.
A couple interaction spells with the
Yep.
vines. I think I like this hand.
I like this hand as well. And our opponent mulliganed.
That's always good.
So, okay. Question now is we can play Inkmoth or we can play Wooded Fiddles turn 1. Inkmoth lets us attack for 1.
Do you
Really
think
depends
we're
on-
going to attack for 1? Is that likely?
That's the part I'm not sure about.
At this
Like,
point, I don't think that's likely. I'd rather have the Wooded Foothills, I think.
Right. Okay. With the extra fetch land, that means we want to be getting lands. So
Right.
just getting her cards into our graveyard. So play this Wooded Fiddles and pass.
Razor Bridge Thicket. It's a very good land.
Solid red mage.
That's a good one. That kills our Inkmoth.
Yeah.
Nexus.
It does.
Lets him attack for 1 with Birds of Paradise.
Or not.
Or not. If we drop Blighted Agent here, I want to wait a turn before we play it.
Mm-hmm. Just get to the buttons.
Yeah, which that would be a great draw
Noble
by the
Hierarch.
way, if we do get that.
So you go Inkmoth and Noble Hierarch.
That's... Do we have any reason to want to Spell Pierce something that he does next turn?
Well, you get play Cord and just...
Yeah, Cord in the
yeah,
Malera.
Cord. Yeah. I think that's a big one.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess we just play the Forest, right? It's not, like... So if he didn't have the Pride Mage, I think it's pretty obviously Inkmoth Nexus, but since he does, like...
We definitely play the Windswept Heath if we're playing that land, because we want cards in our graveyard.
Sure.
The question is...
I just don't want to take 3.
Yeah, I could see that. We just get a basic force.
Yeah,
though.
let's
I don't
just
think-
save the Windswept Heath for a little while, because we don't need to become immense immediately.
Yeah, we need to
and
become like 2 or 3.
we're going to have the 5 cards that we need. Especially because
That's true.
that Windswept Heath will be in the graveyard by the time we need to by the time we need to become immense. So
Right. Okay. Just force into Noble Hierarch.
yeah, I think that's the play. All right.
Normally just correct to shock if you
Might.
are going to use the mana.
That's true, but we might be able to just kill him with regular damage this game.
That's true.
Let's see. So that's going to do 2 damage plus 2 damage. Yeah, we can kill him with regular damage. Because Distortion Strike makes our guy unblockable.
That's true. So it's 2.
Vines
Not
does...
this turn, though.
Right,
It's just...
yeah, over the next 2 turns. Because
Mhm.
Noble Hierarch gives our guy... 2 power. So he goes to 13.
Oh.
Blighted Legend. Okay. First of all, let's make sure I did the math right on this Distortion Strike. So if we... It's 9 plus 4. Okay, no, that we don't have enough to kill him with it. So yeah, let's just go with the Blighted Agent instead.
Blighted Agent and play Inkmoth or Windswept Heath?
Let's just play the Inkmoth.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, we want to activate the Inkmoth, or we want to.
You want to use the mana of the Inkmoth?
Right.
Because it's close. Because now we have Vines and Soul Pierce up.
Mm-hmm. Comes a path or 2.
Looks like a Lightning Helix.
Lightning Helix. Okay. Do you want to Vines that, or do you want to Spell Pierce it? I think we Vines it, right?
I think we Spell Pierce it. We don't...
Yeah, he's got a lot of mana coming up. I guess
we-
I'm still a little bit scared of Court of Calling. But all he needs is
I
one
think
more
he can
creature
just-
to be able to play around it. So, Spell
Yeah,
Pierce
if he
is
just
fine.
plays a land, then he plays around it. So.
Right. Yeah, let's do Spell Pierce then.
Also, I think we might actually need the damage from the...
There's a pretty good chance that's the case. Also, the Vines counters a path And Bell Pierce definitely doesn't do that.
Yeah, with that much mana.
Mm-hmm.
One white mana. Could it be path?
Who knows? Yep.
And
sure is.
Who? No.
Yeah, finds that thing.
Yeah. Oh, with one card in hand for sure. Getting a bunch of cards in our graveyard for governments, which is nice.
Yep. It's 8, 9 mana. Or 9 damage, the agent.
Two.
You think he's out of gas? Ooh,
Well,
vines. Well, now if he isn't out of gas, it doesn't matter.
just like kicked vines.
Yeah,
and
it's
see what
got to
happens.
be exactly quarter. That's the game.
And we're even so we're dealing 10.
Oh
11,
wait, no,
12,
I wouldn't.
13 damage.
Do you want to? Why do you want to kick the vines?
So you have lethal.
Oh,
You don't have lethal this turn.
yeah, we do. We can cast Become Immense for 2.
This is 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 damage.
Oh,
so-
I see. Okay.
And you can just kill the Aquatexes with it all over. And we don't have enough mana.
Right.
I feel like just kicking a vines. Also, that means if he does cord for the Malara, then that means that we're dealing him 10, 11, 12, 13 damage this turn.
Right. Well, here's the thing. We can vines our Inkmoth Nexus in response to the Kasali Pride Mage sack.
I mean, we could. I feel like it's better to just kick the vines and just go for it now.
Okay.
Right?
Well, in this case, he loses his Pride Mage even if he's got something else pretty good. Right? So, that's kind of nice.
I feel like it's just kicked vines and. Because then. Then if he does have the cord, then we're still dealing 13 damage.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, let's give this a try.
And then next turn we can even Distortion Strike the Malara.
It's just if he has a removal spell. And if he had the removal spell, he would have played it on our turn.
I think he would have played it in response to our vines last turn.
Yeah, he would have played it when we were tapped out, basically. Yep.
Okay. Just.
Do
Do we want to cast the Distortion Strike?
I think
I don't
we
think
do.
we need to, actually.
I think we do, just in case he's got the
Cord?
cord. Yeah, just every little bit of damage counts.
Right.
Alright, that should do it.
If there's no cord. And
Yeah.
even if they cord, then they're down to 1.
Yeah, he cords down to 1, and we've got some pretty good
2 lethal
things.
attackers. Or, yeah, 1 lethal attacker next turn.
A Restoration Angel.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Just draw.
that lets him draw a card.
Which I don't think there's a card that stops
0
us.
mana
0 mana?
against our 13
none of
power
the
hex
attacks, like-
creatures.
Yeah, I guess there's like
Yeah.
Pact of Negation, but you're not playing Pact of Negation.
Right.
Tonight.
Alright, we won again. Good games.